Hello, everybody. This is your host, Jason from Safest Family on the Block. And for this quick video today, I'm joined by Beth Warford of Pretty Loaded. Hello, Beth.
Hey, Jason. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely my pleasure. Now, Beth and I are going to have a longer conversation on the podcast a little bit later, but today we're here to talk about a really exciting event that's happening on the 28th, 29th, and 30th of this month. It's a free women's self-defense summit. And Beth is on a star-studded list of presenters, including Tony Blauer, Jennifer Cassetta, Nicole Harvey, even Sifual Dacascos is going to be on there. So you're in good company on this. Could you tell me a little bit about, and the audience a little bit about what's going on?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I was invited 26 self-defense speakers, and we all have a topic that we're going to talk about. I will be talking about how to not be a target on the street. And I think it's going to be a fabulous event. Like you said, it's a free event, but I think the thing that's going to be just amazing about this is to learn from 26 different industry experts. And I'm excited to learn because I think I'm absolutely going to learn something myself. So I'm really looking forward to it. Everyone has a different approach, a different take on what self-defense, what safety is to them. So I think it's going to be really fun.
So it's a fantastic model of having 26 people from different perspectives. In my own experience, I've found that although the basics of self-defense and family safety, there's a handful of key truths, how any given individual interacts with those is wildly varied based on your experience, based on your personal, moral, and psychological makeup. So having different approaches from different instructors so that whoever comes will find what they need from one of the talks, I think is brilliant. And could you tell us a bit more about what you'll be talking about? What perspective and experience you bring to this event?
Right. So my topic is how to not be a target on the street. And I really focus on body language. Body language is over 95% of all communication. So most of the time you can tell if somebody has taken an interest in you, whether they're staring at you, because number one, they have to stare at you first, right? Before they can get their victim. And then they have to get close enough to you. Then they also will usually test you. They'll ask you a question. And this is one of two things. If you answer the question, number one, it shows you're compliant. So they're probably going to either steal from you or do something. And the second is also, the question is usually to distract you before they're about to do something. And so I really focus on predators' strategy. Predators have been studied every time they go to prison. There's tons of research done on criminals and predators and why they pick out certain people. And there's some really interesting studies out there. The Grayson Stein, I don't know if you've heard that study from 1984, but they asked criminals, why do you pick out a certain person? They showed a video to these criminals, and in less than 7 seconds, they all picked out the same targets. And it wasn't based on gender or, race or anything like that. It was based on how they were walking. And so essentially we're just like animals, and they go for the easiest looking target, a distracted person, somebody with little or no eye contact, somebody who's just not paying attention. That's the individual, whether it's a man or female, that's who the criminal is going to go for. So I really, I talk about those things, and also criminal tactics. What are some common tactics that criminals use on people? So that's most of what my talk is.
Outstanding. One of the things that's been frustrating to me, and I've had a lifetime of martial arts and tactics training, but so much of the instruction out there is about what to do once you've been attacked. And having information about what to do so you can avoid being attacked is so much better. Now tell us, what time is yours displaying?
I'm sorry?
What time is your talk coming on? Is it structured like that?
It's on day 2, and I'm not exactly sure what time it is. I'll have to look at that again. I think it might be 11 on day 2.
I'll put that in the show notes along with a link to the event.
Everything is, yeah, I'll let you know. I really feel, I agree with you. I think the best fight is the one you are never in. So I really talk about situational awareness skills, just such simple things that our ancestors used to use. Just paying attention can keep you from harm's way. And so if you use situational awareness skills, you are paying attention, you understand predator strategy, you understand body language, because you can't just go from having your legs crossed and all relaxed and not looking at somebody to just attacking someone, right? You have to stare and get them on target. And your body does some things, like they clench their jaw, they clench their fists open, start to shake. You can tell that they kind of start to blade their body. There's a lot of obvious things that you can tell before somebody is going to assault you. So I also talk about that.
It's hugely important information. And for folks who can't make the summit, you've also got a YouTube channel where you share your knowledge and your learning with anybody who wants to check it out. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so my YouTube channel, I decided to do training in a different way. I wanted to show a little bit of fear, like this could happen, but then I don't want to just terrify people. I want to show them the tips on how they can stay out of those situations. So one of the first videos I did was because of a young girl here in North Dakota who was taken and murdered from a mall. And I wanted to show the video. And at the time, that was a lot of years ago, she was on her phone, she was distracted. Back then, the experts told you, go with somebody if they pull a knife or a gun on you, right? That's what they told you back then. And unfortunately, she was taken, by a sex offender, and she was brutally murdered. So I did a video based on her story of a girl that gets taken from the mall and thrown in the trunk. And then I show all the training, like what you should do so you're never in that situation. So I have all sorts of, how do you run safe? How do you go for a walk and run safely? How do you take an Uber or a Lyft safely? And just all sorts of different videos like that, just kind of down to earth videos that anyone can learn something from.
And that channel is called Pretty Loaded, right?
Right, Pretty Loaded.
Excellent.
Right.
I'll have links to that in the show notes as well. Well, Beth, I don't want to take too much of your time this morning, but I'm really excited to see what you and the other presenters have to show us at the summit. And again, that's on the 28th through the 30th of this month, and it is free. I'll have links to the event page and to the Facebook page in the show notes for anybody who wants to check it out. And I really hope you guys do. And again, looking forward to talking to you at greater length later in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Jason.
Excellent. Thank you.